The entire boxing world just went into meltdown after Leonard Ellerbe finally broke his silence on Gervonta Davis' shocking arrest, the same scandal that officially killed the mega fight between Jake Paul and Tank Davis. What was hyped as one of the biggest crossover events of the decade just got wiped off the map. Millions of dollars lost. Months of hype gone in seconds.
So, Most Valuable Promotions, the promotion co-founded by Jake Paul and Nikisa Bedarian, posted this on social media. They posted that they were officially canceling the fight, saying Most Valuable Promotions immediately initiated an investigation. No, I had the wrong one. Okay, I'm reading this one. Most Valuable Promotions and Netflix have announced that Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis, the one I was reading was the one from late last week, originally scheduled for Friday, November 14th at the Garcia Center in Miami, Florida, will no longer be moving forward. Quote, our team has worked closely with all parties to navigate this situation responsibly, said Nikisa Bedarian, CEO of MVP. While we will not be moving forward with this event, our plan remains for Jake Paul to headline an event on Netflix in 2025. And that is what I'm hearing as well. They want him to fight in December. That is the hope. And they're actively looking for a opponent. More on that in a moment. Details regarding a new date, location, Jake's opponent, and additional bouts will be shared as soon as they are finalized. We thank Netflix, Garcia Center, Seminole Hard Rock and Hotel and Casino.
Mayweather's longtime right-hand man didn't sugarcoat a thing. He said Tank's situation had gone too far, and the Jake Paul fight isn't just delayed. It's dead. But Jake isn't backing down. Right after the cancellation, reports say Paul's team reached out to Ryan Garcia to step in as a replacement. They even offered him a massive payday for a potential December fight. But Garcia's team is already pushing back, claiming contract issues.
Wrong. So as of today, November 2nd, this fight is still technically scheduled for November 14th to air on Netflix, but it's basically hanging on by a thread. But the team, Jake Paul's team, have reportedly gone and contacted all the fighters, and the names that they're looking at contacting to fight as a late replacement, Ryan Garcia, Terence Crawford, Francis Ngannou, I mean, come on, we'll get into them, and Nate Diaz. So he's already fought Nate Diaz, but let's go through them one by one. I mean, Ryan Garcia, he's a similar size to Gervonta Davis. He's bigger though. Davis made him come down, didn't he? Then he beat him up. So that was Ryan Garcia. Quite a bad loss for Garcia, that was, because he was up for the fight, but Gervonta Davis beat Garcia. Garcia also isn't really big enough to be jumping in with Jake Paul, but that's a fight that potentially could happen. Garcia is a massive name. He's a big he's a social media star. He's a big public figure. Loads of followers on Instagram and social. I mean, his Instagram's over 1 million, I'm sure it is.
Meanwhile, Rolly Romero saw the chaos and instantly jumped into the spotlight. He roasted Jake Paul for chasing clout instead of real fighters and told him straight up, I'd slap you around for free. Then Rolly turned his shots toward Ryan Garcia, accusing him of ducking their rematch and calling him all talk and no fight. Fans are calling it. Rolly just started a new war in the middle of the fallout.
Man, I want to let everybody know I'm going to slap Jake Paul across his face because, first and foremost, man, I'm tired of this YouTube boxing stuff, man. I really am. I am more tired of this YouTube boxing stuff than everyone else, man. Oh, let's make this happen, bro. Bro, I'll be ready in a week. I'll be ready to slap Jake Paul across the face in a week. I will slap Jake Paul across his face. But who cares? I don't care. Roll over Jake Paul 2025, bro. I knocked out another YouTuber. I knocked out bro. Jake Paul gets knocked out cold.
But before rumors could explode any further, Oscar De La Hoya stepped in and shut it all down. He said no official talks ever happened between Ryan and Jake. If something real was happening, you'd hear it from me, he said. De La Hoya made it clear Ryan's got his own plans, and the Jake Paul fight isn't one of them. His words silenced the internet, at least for now.
Asking you about Jake Paul and Ryan Garcia, let me just tell you why this fight is not going to happen. Ryan Garcia fights for DAZN, and Jake Paul fights on Netflix. I mean, that's pretty much the bottom line. Golden Boy has a contract with DAZN. Ryan Garcia has a contract with Golden Boy. And that's just the way it is. I mean, this is business. You know, Ryan Garcia's probably going to rant saying, oh, you're keeping me from making money and this and that and fighting. No, you have to go by the law, by the rules. You have a contract with DAZN. You have a contract with Golden Boy. It just doesn't happen that way. So anyway, until next time, we'll see you Saturday for Virgil Ortiz. But again, Ryan Garcia's next fight will be announced.
Most Valuable Promotions. Jake Paul's company confirmed the fight's cancellation and promised full refunds to ticket holders. But here's the wild part: insiders say Jake's team has now turned their eyes to Francis Ngannou. Yes, the same powerhouse who shocked the world against Tyson Fury. Talks are reportedly underway. And if this actually happens, it could be the most explosive crossover fight ever
globally on DAZN. First off, I'll say kudos to MVP for refunding people that did buy tickets to this event and also navigating this thing with professionalism, which they did the entire way through. You got to give them credit for that. They really stayed quiet on the rumor front and just handled things as a professional company. That's all you can really ask for. Jake Paul has, in the last couple of hours, tweeted idiot, and then God has a plan always. Two things that I think are both referring to this fight. First off, calling Gervonta Davis an idiot, I assume, and then obviously, God has a plan always, referring to this thing is probably going to work itself out. Obviously, this video is dedicated to talking about future opponents for Jake and potential fight dates. I do have something that I don't know if it's misinformation or not, but I'm just going to talk about it here. This is a tweet from somebody named ATalkers5. I don't know how realistic this potentially even could be, but this is from 4 hours ago. They said 2 of the female bouts scheduled for Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis undercard are now scheduled for December 4th.
Ngannou isn't buying the hype. After his battles with Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua, he called Jake Paul's rumored offer a publicity stunt. He said he's not here to turn boxing into a circus. I've fought real champions, he said. Fighting Jake Paul would be disrespectful to the sport. Fans are split, some say Ngannou's right. Others say Jake's crazy enough to pull it off.
And he said, yeah, Jake Paul, he's fighting. And I'm like, no, bro, come on. Don't disrespect me like that. And then they even say like, even come out after and say, and what if the number are good? He sent out some number. I'm like, it's not about the number. If it was about the number, we could have started talk. I would have tell you, I'm not just interested. It make no sense for me. It's not my what I'm looking at right now.
So there is no dollar amount. It's more the opponent. The fight makes no sense. They could offer you $100 million and you wouldn't be interested.
The fight made no sense. That's what I think. That's my my position. And though I went back, I saw,
Placement for Gervonta Davis. We had to go right to the source. What can you tell us? Is there any possibility that Francis Ngannou will step in for Gervonta Davis and fight Jake Paul?
No, there's no such of thing happening. Basically, like how can they go from like Gervonta Davis to Francis Ngannou? Like, I mean, Gervonta Davis is a fantastic boxer, but and is a one-shot knockout artist. But come on, like the weight different and everything, it make no sense. The Gervonta Davis, you say, okay, the size different can level up. But at this point, for me to...
And just when everyone thought things couldn't get any crazier, Jake Paul's camp reportedly reached out to Floyd Mayweather Jr. for a potential showdown. Floyd responded coldly, calling it too easy. But even without confirmation, that one line was enough to set social media on fire. From Tank Davis to Ryan Garcia to Francis Ngannou to Mayweather, Jake Paul's name is now tied to the biggest in boxing. Whether he's fearless or just reckless, the world can't stop watching.
And then if you keep going, you see stuff like this going around, and he's not the only one. A possible replacement for Paul being Garcia. I've seen another article that said that they pitched to Mayweather. I seen that one, and some other big names as well. And I'm pretty sure the people behind Paul got the bag because Paul draws the bag. So they can probably, if Floyd Mayweather commit to it, yeah, you get that money together because you know it's coming back in sales. You know it is. How old is Mayweather right now? It don't fucking matter. That bread is coming back. He's just a draw. The biggest, maybe, right? He might literally be the biggest boxing draw of all time, Floyd Mayweather. So I think that if this is true, that the fight is canceled, Jake Paul is going to end up with a significant